Hi, Wambui.
Hi, Eric.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
How have you been since the last time?
I've been good. Been good.
What have you been working on?
My fourth book,
What's his name?
Women and Their Pastors.
Women and Their Pastors.
Women and Their Pastors.
There's a story there, right?
There has to be a story there.
You're gonna tell us?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But rather you buy the book instead of me telling you the story.
I mean, your story.
It's not my story.
It's
It's a Kenyan story. It's stories that we've seen, heard.
all right. Welcome back to Conversations in Literature. I am your host, Miyamoto Muswahili. Today I am joined by Wambui Kieya, author of books like Hyenas, a title which has become very culturally relevant lately. Kaleidoscope.
Fragments in a kaleidoscope.
Fragments in a Kaleidoscope. Sins of Our Fathers. And most recently, Women and Their Pastors. So, welcome.
Thank you.
All right. So, umeniambia there is a story you have, your church. You have a church story.
I have a church story.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's your church story?
My church story. So there was this time I was looking for the Bible teaching church, right? Because I was born Catholic, and for some reason when we grow up, we think the Catholic Church does not teach the Bible as it should. So I got it in my head that I should find a church that teaches the Bible. So I tried all the churches around me, and it seems like in every church I went to, there was always a pastor who was doing the most. Either they're asking for money, seeds, they'll go for fast, and then the first thing they do when they come back is call you because they have a message that they need to pass to you, and for you to get the message, you have to check out some money.
They will call you?
Yeah.
Personally?
Yeah.
They call every member or just you?
I don't know, but the one I'm talking about, he would call me. And
How did he know you? How small was this church?
It was quite small, actually. It was a very big. I think it was just coming up. And when I got there, for some reason, I stood out.
You looked rich?
I did.
You were rich?
I looked it because I was coming from outside the country. And I did mention this to him, so he knew I was coming from outside the country. And I think that made me an easy target, given that I was very desperate to get what I thought he had, right?
What did you think he had?
This closeness to God, right? And I thought he would guide me to that. So I was eager to follow whatever directions he gave. And eventually it dawned on me. So there's this one day, he calls me, right? And I go to his office and he's like, my wife joined an organization. There was this travel organization that was quite popular back then, where they go to all these tourist destinations and they'll be holding up placards like you should be here. You remember those photos? Did you see them?
Not sure.
Yeah, I forget the name of the company, right? But it was very pyramid scheming in how it was operated, because you're recruited, then you recruit somebody, they pay money.
So you recruit people to go on a tour, to travel? To
travel, essentially, yeah.
Then you pay to travel, you are paid to travel?
You do pay to. You pay to get into the organization, to become a member. But when it's it's time to travel, you pay for your travel.
So then what's in it for you?
I don't even understand. so this is what happened, right?
Yeah.
So he started telling me how this is a big opportunity and all. And I was actually open to it, right? I was supposed to pay 50K upfront for that as registration. And we were taken to some hotel in Nairobi, CBD. Iya Mhindi, ilikuwa inaitwa nani? Before it became Regency or something.
Oh, like Grand Regency?
Yes.
Is it Mhindi?
Haikuwa Mhindi?
Okay.
I'm not sure. So we were there, right? And we're supposed to be filing for this thing. You could only make the transfer via bank transfers. So we were registering for that. But unfortunately, I could not do the bank transfers because sikuwa nimefanya hiyo internet banking registration. I had to go to Family Bank, register for that, then come make the transfer. I get to Family Bank and I'm putting in my signature as I can't get it right. We did this for like, I don't know, 5 times, and then they were like, okay, this is looking funny. And I started feeling funny, right? I go back to the hotel, I tell them, this doesn't seem like it's something I should be doing. It's already, like, it's a clear sign, don't do this, right? And well, this is happening, I've had time to think about it, and I'm thinking, okay, this is also sounding very fishy, right? So I tell the pastor that. I call him and I tell him, okay, I have reconsidered that whole thing. I don't think I'll join. Because I was supposed to come under the wife. So whatever money I was going to pay, she was going to get a cut of it. And I remember the pastor getting really angry. And I thought this thing was supposed to help me. Why are you angry? Right? And he brought a lot of God into it. This is how people and their blessings will pass you because whatever, gaslighting me to the max. And I really have a thing against people who try to gaslight me. And from there, I stepped back, I stopped. And I really thought about why that was a situation I found myself in, because I think I'm a sharp person, right? So what is this
Sharp
thing?
girl.
I'm a sharp person. I'm not exactly stupid, right? But why was this a situation that I found myself in it? What was this that was at work that made me this eager to please, I think, or I don't know what was it. So from that and other funny incidences, that book came.
What do you think? What did you find out when you tried to figure out what it was that led you there? What did you find when you searched your soul?
We are told a lot about believing, and believing allows you to shut your brain down, right? So have faith in this, believe in this. And now it kind of gave me permission to stop that. Gave me permission to doubt what I'm being asked to believe. So I found that being asked to believe something can be very dangerous.
What do you think of the story of Thomas in the Bible? So Thomas did not believe that Jesus had resurrected. And this is held up as an example of what not to be.
Thomas.
What not to be as a Christian.
Yes.
What do you think of this? What do you think of this story in the Bible?
In the Bible.
The fact that it's in the Bible. What are we supposed to learn from this story?
I'm not even sure what we're supposed to learn from the Bible itself. I really am not. As a person, so I've read the gospel so many times. But during this time I was seeking all these things, I was not seeking spirituality, I was seeking Christianity. So the only thing I used to grow in the spirit, the only tool I had was the Bible, right? And pastors, but the Bible. So I read the gospel a lot, and I found that I like Jesus a lot. He's a solid guy. His heart sounds really pure, but I must to believe that he is God, and I could not reconcile that. I tried, I fasted, I prayed for. When I pray to God, I know I'm praying to God. You don't have to tell me to believe it. I believe it's innate in me. When I am asked to pray to Jesus as God, it's a struggle. So I really don't know what to think of the Bible as a whole. I'm not out here saying that I unlocked anything, a consciousness of sorts. I did not. I just allow my doubts now. I don't feel guilty for them. Maybe in the future, I'll become to realize, you know what, Jesus is God, right? And I will happily walk that path, but as of now, I'm in a desert of sorts. I know where I'm coming from. I do not know where I'm going. I'm happy that I've learned a few things. I'm not sure what I've learned is the absolute truth. I'm still seeking for that. So women and their pastors is not a reproach on Christianity or God, is the people in churches, basically. Yeah.
Do you think we have good pastors?
Maybe we do. I don't think I met one, right? He's not a pastor, he's a priest. He's a Catholic priest. I grew up under him. We used to call him Father Tadeo because he's Polish. I can't even tell you what his name was, right? But given that he's in Kikuyu land, we call him Tadeo. I don't even know what Tadeo is supposed to be. He's the closest person to Jesus I've ever met. He walked the talk, right? He was very pure in his dealings with people. So we do have good pastors, people who really are in it because it's a calling for them. But I'm thinking nowadays, the same way our leaders are, they're all leaders, isn't it? So kuna wenye wameenda politics na wenye wameenda into the church, but they're still the same caliber of people.
So you think that leadership attracts psychopaths?
Oh, it does. I'm 100% of that. It does.
Do you think others are leaders?
Are we? That's something to think about.
No, I mean like, if the church, they minister to the people, right? What do others do?
They do minister to the people, and they actually expect the people to believe whatever it is.
So don't you think there are some others also who are selling snake oil?
Given how badly we take criticism,
yes,
I think yes, we also have a bit of psychopathy in us.
Psychopathy?
Psychopathy in us. Yeah, probably.
Artists in general? Anybody who gets famous?
Some people. Not all of them. Yeah, some people.
So I wanted to ask you, what were you looking for? What were you looking for?
When I did what?
You said that when you came back home from abroad, you started going to different churches, right? You were looking for something?
I was looking for something.
What were you looking
First
for?
of all, I did not come home under the best of circumstances. I was actually deported.
Ah.
Yes.
Have you read Deportation by Wambui Kieya? Did you relate?
Quite a lot, yes.
Okay. Are you comfortable
With
telling us
how I was deported?
what you did?
I did not do anything. I just didn't have the right papers.
I'm kidding, yeah.
I did not do anything. I just did not have the right papers. I was trying to change.
Where were you?
I was in the UK.
How is life in the UK? How was your life in the UK before you got deported?
Again, I did not have the right papers, so it wasn't the best. Right? You live in with family and stuff. Before you get your papers right, it's always difficult. So I cannot say it was the best, but apparently I went at the best of times. It's got impossibly worse now.
You're using a lot of adjectives, but not enough nouns to tell us what was happening, what you were doing, where you were, what you were seeing, what you should have seen. You said that it was not the best. We actually don't have a frame of reference for what is bad and what is good in terms of life as an immigrant in the UK.
So are we going to get, is this supposed to lead to why I was looking?
It's a story.
That's actually not the story. Let me tell you.
It's a story.
Let me tell you. That's actually, by the way, it wasn't like I was going to do anything traumatic or anything.
The idea is that we are trying to get by understanding one story about you.
That is not the thing that led me here. Let me tell you the thing that led me here to the church bill. So, the night I conceived, I have a son. The night I conceived my son, that very night, I had a dream. And somebody was knocking at my bedroom door. And when I opened the bedroom door, there was a child there. And when I picked the child, I knew that this is my child. The very first night, right? So before I knew I was pregnant, I knew I was pregnant. Before I even knew I was going to leave for the UK, another dream came to me. This time my son, he looked like he was 4. And he was wearing a suit.
Did you have him at this point?
Yeah, but he was a baby. The idea of going to the UK had not even come up. He was wearing a suit.
A suit?
Yes.
He was an adult?
He was a baby.
Okay.
In a suit.
Wow.
He was 4 in a suit.
In the dream? In
the dream.
But in real life, he was a toddler?
He wasn't. He was a baby.
All right.
So, and in this dream, we are strangers, me and my son.
Oh.
Right. He wants to go to my sisters because those are the people he knows. And I woke up from the dream and I laughed and I asked myself, and I said to myself, okay, who's going to buy a baby a suit? The same way I shocked that child will be wearing a suit. So anyway, I go to the UK, I'm fighting the system. I'm not fighting the system, I'm trying to get into the system, right? And I'm doing all this prayer, fasting, we're waiting for my visa to come through. Another dream comes to me, right? In this dream, I'm heading to the airport and I land at a beach somewhere, and beyond the beach there's a city, and I know I'm supposed to go to that city and wait for something. Then I used to send my kid and my family clothes. So I'm going through some photos of clothes I had bought, and I see a suit I'd bought for my kid. There was this time that I think it was Justin Timberlake and stuff. Even Neo used to wear that broken suit thingy with a vest and whatever in his videos. And I thought that was a really cool look. So I see this suit and I'm like, goodness, I'm going home. I've already bought the thing that I'm supposed to go see my kid in, right? And I go home. So it's always been very clear to me that there's another world.
So you get dreams a lot.
I get
like you get dreams of the future.
Yes, I've not gotten any in a while, but when something significant is about to happen, I will have known about it. Hata kama nitasahau ikihappen, I'll be like, shit, I saw this.
Do
right?
they terrify you?
They do. That's actually the thing. Sometimes I don't even understand the point of them because you even forget about them.
What I mean is, I know you have regular dreams, right?
Yes.
Are you able to differentiate between a dream that means something and a dream that is significant?
So this is the thing that took me to the church, because I wanted to understand whether this is like a prophecy thing in me that I'm supposed to work on or something, right? Nurture it, know how to use it and stuff. No, I'm not able to. Like I said, sometimes when something happens, that's when I know that I already knew this was going to happen, right? I haven't really honed it in any way. So anyways, so I come home, and then a few months later, I end up in Dubai. See, home doesn't have a beach. Dubai has a beach. And the first place I went to when I got to Dubai was the beach, right? And I stayed there for like 2 years. But I always knew I wasn't meant to be there because I was just there to wait for something.
To wait for something?
Yes.
So you're going there because of your dream?
No. Again, it's not like I use my dreams to direct my
when
life.
You say you're waiting for something, what were you waiting for?
Like I told you, in the dream, I knew I was going into that city to wait for something.
But you said in real life you went to Dubai to wait for something.
The dream had already told me I was there for just a specific time, right? I wasn't supposed to like build my life there, right? So I was just there for a very short period, 2 years too, because my life wasn't supposed to be in Dubai. Is what I'm saying. Again, it was already said I'm not supposed to be there for a long time, just there to wait for something. And while I was there, that's when I got into looking for the other side, understanding the other side. So it was easy for me while doing that to get into all these churches and stuff while still looking for whatever is on the other side.
You went to churches in Dubai?
Yes.
There are churches in Dubai?
Yeah, they have churches. They have really nice churches, actually. Yeah. I think that's also another church I think was being led by a person who was in it for the calling, I think.
Oh, in Dubai?
Yes, I think. I'm not sure.
Did you get to understand something while you were there?
In Dubai?
Yeah, like in that church. About why you have these dreams.
Okay, I didn't get to go as often as I would if I was here.
When you went to these churches, did you ever tell somebody about these dreams and ask, why am I having these dreams? Like, why do I have
I think the only person I ever tried that with was the guy who was trying to recruit me into the thingy. Oh. That's the only person.
So before he did that, you trusted him pretty much?
I did, yes.
Was he trustworthy in hindsight? Did he present as trustworthy?
No, not really. I was just desperate for something and I thought he had the answers that I was looking for.
Did you give up after that?
Give up?
On the church? After that escapade? Or did you find another church?
No. I wouldn't say I have given up. I have just relaxed into, I will just live my life. The other side, I will die eventually. The other side, I will go to it, whether I'm ready for it. I'll be ready for it when it happens or not. Whatever I'm looking to understand now, I don't think I'm supposed to. I think I'm here for a period, a very short period. I'm supposed to enjoy this life, this experience. And then after here, we go to our side, and whatever we are trying to understand, I don't even think we can understand whatever it is we are trying to understand. I think it's too big for us, but we are still in these bodies and stuff.
Did you think that if you understood this thing, it would give you a sense of purpose? Did you feel you lacked a sense of purpose?
I did, yeah. But you're moving about like this, right? You don't feel grounded, so you're trying to ground yourself on something. I think that's what I was trying to do, finding, because it's very confusing when you get this feeling that your life is supposed to mean something, but when you look at it, it doesn't seem to be going anywhere. It doesn't seem to have much meaning. So I think that's what I was chasing, the understanding.
And now you're a writer.
Now I'm a writer.
Do you think you found?
No, I think I am comfortable where I am now. I don't know what the future holds, but I'm very comfortable.
You're not restless anymore?
I'm not at all.
When did you stop being restless? Was it after you published? You wrote your first book?
No. I would say I stopped when I realized that I'm just supposed to enjoy an experience. That's it. Whatever life happens to all of us, so let it happen to you. However it chooses to happen to you. Instead of seeking all this meaning of life and stuff, I just relaxed into just living.
You know, everybody out there is trying to sell meaning. Like, meaning is the thing that...
See, that's not something I can do. I cannot sell meaning. Because I think we all...
But we all... Why do you think we are all searching for meaning? Why is it that your heart gets on fire when somebody tells you something that resonates with your spirit?
Because you think that gives you meaning, huh?
Like, why are we searching for meaning? Like, what is it with us as humans?
I haven't gotten the answer to that one. I know for a fact I have sought for meaning for a very long time. Up until very recently, I've been seeking for meaning. Maybe it's the same thing that makes us want to worship a being greater than us. Maybe we don't want to believe that we just are supposed to be. It has to be more than this, you know? I have to be special. There's no way God gave me all this and did not intend for something greater. I don't know.
This search for meaning could itself be the proof that there is a God?
Could be.
Or is the meaning something deeper than that?
Again, I have not found the answer.
You are now comfortable with not knowing?
I am very comfortable with that, with not knowing. And I find that when you stop struggling with answers, they come to you easier. So maybe.
Have they been coming to you?
No.
You said you find that.
Yeah, I find it with smaller things, right? Not like existential questions. But yeah, like when you stop struggling with things, they come to you easier. So probably even that will come or not. Either way, I'm good.
Do you think that what you do as a writer is connected to your ability to see the future? Do you think it's connected?
Okay, there are people who read my stories and they're like, you know, this has happened to somebody I know. Usually I write things that I have not seen happen to people. Things that could be happening to people because they're just normal human experiences, right? Rarely will I be writing about paranormal things or anything like that. So probably, again, I do not know. I just know I love writing, and when I'm writing, I am in my zone. It comes easy to me. So maybe.
When did writing come to you?
I've always been a writer, right? There are so many of my diaries lying around somewhere because I'm also very careless. Like every time I've moved, I've left something I wrote behind. So my mom has seen so many things I've written. If I'm stressed, I was going to write about it, right? If I'm happy, I was going to write about it. If I was in love, I was going to write about it. So writing, quite genuine, whatever. I've always written, but you know how we grew up. You never thought of that as a career or anything, right? It's just something you like doing. So I've always written, but even when I started writing, my first book, I did not write it to be an author or to publish. I was just going through something again. And I decided, you know what, put all this into a story. And that's how Hyenas came about.
Do you use writing as therapy?
With Hyenas, I know I did.
In this book as well?
Yes, like I address things through my writing.
In the book, Sins of Our Fathers as well.
Yeah? Yes.
Maybe the book you are free from, I don't know, Kaleidoscope. Maybe it was.
Yes, Kaleidoscope. I actually know that for a fact. I know that, and I hope I'm done with it. I hope I don't have any other issues that I need to address, and I just can't write with.
I mean that in Kaleidoscope, were you also unburdening yourself?
No, really. That one I was free to just tell stories.
Is that the one you like?
I like it because it has less of me. They're just stories.
Isn't you being in it what makes it, you?
Yeah, maybe.
And what makes it more valuable, right?
Yeah, maybe. But I personally like Kaleidoscope because it has less of me.
Well, what do your readers think? I know you have a reader who's read all your books. What book do they really
also
resonate with?
The thing with different people resonate with different stories because they're also all very different. You find that people who have had issues with their parents growing up and stuff, The Sins of Their Father becomes a book that is dear to them, right?
Yeah.
People who think pastors are a problem, they resonate with that. People who find a story in fragments that they will resonate with fragments and in a kaleidoscope. So different people there isn't a book that I'll say almost everybody loves. People tend to love different stories, different books, because the books are very different, right? So whatever resonates with you, that's the book you will like.
The title of your book, it's provocative, eh?
Yeah.
Women and their pastors.
It's supposed to make us think, eh? But you also say...
It is supposed to make us think?
Yeah, it's supposed to make us think.
Tell me your thought process.
Well, when coming up with that, it was simple because I thought, I'm writing about women and their relationships with their pastors. So.
But you said it's supposed to make us think.
Yeah.
So it can't be that simple.
It is just that simple. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So some people will read the title, especially women, and they will think it's an attack on them.
Oh.
Right?
You've been told that?
Oh, yeah.
An attack on women?
An attack on women.
I thought it's an attack on pastors.
No, an attack. Again, you see, it's just a simple title, but whatever feeling to
No. Based on the conversation we are having.
Yes.
Not based on the title.
No. See, I'm talking of other people and what they think of the title. So, and some women will be like, okay.
Is it an attack on women?
It's not an attack on women.
Okay, is it a critique of women? And their relationship with their pastors.
It's a mirror. It's a mirror. Like, if you see yourself in here, maybe you should rethink a few things, you know? It's not supposed to be...
Did you just wash your hands like Pontius Pilate? Like, you know, if you felt triggered, it's on you.
It's definitely
But you knew what you wrote, right?
I know what I've written.
You know what you've written.
Yes.
And
Listen.
Have a...
Right?
What do you call it? You have an objective with what you write.
As a person who's had such relationships with pastors, right? I cannot be too hard on the women, right? But I can show them this is what it looks like.
Yeah.
So do you think you need to fix it, or are you just fine with it?
Did you put yourself in this book?
No, not really.
It doesn't have to mean your history. Could mean your emotions.
My emotions. There are so many different women in the book. Maybe I'm scattered in all of them. I do not know. Again, I would think I am not in the story, but you'll find that I am, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe...
It's like, have you watched Scooby-Doo? Scooby-Doo.
Yes.
This gang cartoon, this gang of, they call themselves the gang. It's these kids who are going on mysteries.
The Ghostbusters.
Yes, and then at the end of the mystery, they will remove the mask from the face of the villain, and then it'll be like, oh, it was you all along.
I knew it was you, Pastor, Professor, whatever.
So probably for writers, when you remove the masks of the characters,
feel the story.
It was Wambui all along. It was Wambui all along. It was Wambui all along.
Like there are all these different characters.
It's all Wambui.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. Somebody said that the genius of writing, of being an author, is like you're able to divide yourself into all these characters, right?
Even when they're real people.
Even when they're real.
Because even when they're real people, you are writing based not on what that person is, but what you view.
You perceived.
Which means whatever you've also projected from yourself into them, right?
Yeah.
So the Wambui that I see is not the Wambui somebody else sees.
Yeah.
There's my Wambui.
Yeah.
Which means
there's a version of me that only you have.
Yeah. Right? And if I tell you my version
it's
of you,
different
you'll be like, that isn't me.
That isn't me. Yeah. And I don't think even I know who I am well enough to tell you who I am.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Is that why you write? To find yourself.
To find myself.
Like if you subdivide yourself into all these constituent parts, you who sits back observing, you are the watcher, which means you are the self. You are the self that is not these parts. So it means you are the. Have you heard that in Eastern philosophy, where they say that there is the part of you that is watching. So there is the mind, there is the mind is thinking, the body is moving, right? The heart is feeling, but then there is a part that is watching. There is an eye inside you that is watching.
Passive?
It's just watching.
Just passively watching.
Kind of, yeah. Like it doesn't do anything, it's just watching.
Okay.
So it's like, think about it. If you have a thought, you can perceive yourself having the thought, right? So who is you? Is it the mind having the thought, or the part of you that is observing yourself having the thought? You know?
Yeah.
And you could have two different thoughts at the same time. Like you could think of, I want to do this. Then you also think, this is a reason why I should not do it.
I actually have arguments with myself.
But then there's the part of you watching yourself having
all these arguments.
And the question is like, this part that watches, can it decide? Can it intervene? Ama the kazi yake tu ni kuwatch. So now as the writer, you're like that. You're watching the characters move around the page like a god.
Do you think that is God, essentially?
Interesting.
because I think maybe God did put things into motion, but he really
He doesn't get in. He doesn't get in. Even he doesn't intervene.
He does not.
But the writer does intervene. The writer can decide the ending.
Because narcissism and all,
Yeah.
but the us in us that just watches
Yeah.
could be that's the God particle.
Yeah.
You know?
Because somebody was talking. Yeah, it could be. Because actually, that's the Eastern philosophy. Like that watcher, that's the master or something. I don't know. Like that's the part of you that is I. Because apparently you have multiple eyes. I, as in I am. So there is all these I. So you could say I am. You have multiple identities. I am a daughter. I am a mother. I am what?
Hence hyenas. Yeah.
Yes, there are so many identities of you. Even like I was calling my friend the other day. She now works at the coast, and I told her, you know, you're now speaking with a Swahili accent,
Yeah.
and your voice intonation has even changed.
Okay.
It's now higher. It's now higher. Her voice was lower, but now her voice is now higher. So I was like, so who is the real her? Is it how she's talking now, who she was before?
So there's this thing we say about our bodies, right? Like the cells regenerate over, I don't know what span of time. Like whoever you are, even the body a few years back isn't you anymore. Right? You're a completely different person.
Interesting.
So you're always growing into versions of you.
Physically,
Emotionally, mentally, intellectually.
emotionally, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, emotionally a lot.
But it's true, actually.
Things that used to trick me a while back cannot even touch me right now.
Yesterday I was reading. I was reading things I've written, not stories, like small things I used to write, like bits and pieces. And I found those Word documents on my laptop. And this is going back 2020, 2019, 2018. And some of them were based on like reality. Like it's like a memory I'm writing. But then when I wrote them, I also mixed with some imagination. But then when I was reading, I couldn't tell whether it happened or it didn't. Because my memory, I've already forgotten. So I'm reading it, I'm like, this could be true or it might not be true. And I have no way of knowing.
You have no way of remembering whether it's true or you just imagine.
There's an interview we did a while back with this lady, and we came to this conclusion that memory is very close to imagination. And the imagination comes from having forgotten. So that's why you can't write a good novel about a historical event that just happened yesterday. It has to have, like, you need time to forget, because then
that allows for creativity,
for imagination.
Yeah. Okay. Something to think about.
Are we wandering from where we were?
That's the thing with these conversations. They do tend to veer off to places you never even imagined. But that's also beautiful.
But I like philosophical tangents.
I know. Yeah. It's always amazing.
Yeah. So you were asking if this watcher is God.
I'm wondering. Could be God. Again, apparently.
Like God, or are you saying in the sense of every human is a god? The Bible says ye are gods.
Yes. And also the breath he put in us. Who's to know what this breath is?
The breath.
Yeah. That's how he gave us life,
how did he give the animals life? Did he just say, let there be cows, and there were cows?
Let them be walking around.
So they don't have a breath of life like we do?
Maybe the breath of life the Bible talks about is not lungs and stuff. Is that consciousness?
Consciousness. Yeah. Does that mean that we'll never create like like this AI and all these things, like they will never really be like us because
Somebody say that whatever we are calling AI isn't really AI. It's just something that can compile information real quick.
yeah,
Cannot generate.
It is.
Yeah, cannot generate an original thought.
But now I'm asking, like, will we ever create something that has consciousness?
Do we want to though?
Can we?
I don't know.
Do we even understand what consciousness is and how it's created?
Listen, apparently they cannot even tell where our mind is. This thing that comes up with ideas and things.
Mm-hmm.
They cannot.
It feels like it's here.
Feels like it, right? Right. Because the
I you know, I'm in my mind right now, and I'm here. I am not down there.
You can feel yourself here.
Yeah. Like you never feel yourself down here, right?
But
I feel my feelings here. In the chest.
Even when you feel the mind, of course, when we say, everybody can kind of say, you know what, I am here. I'm not operating from the tummy or ever. If there is a CPU, it's up here, right?
Yeah.
Right? But they cannot tell you how the mind works, right? They cannot tell where these ideas come from. Whether we are accessing them from something nobody knows. Maybe you have antennas that just pick. And I think that could be true because sometimes I get a brilliant idea and I think it's so original. And then kuna kitabu niliandika in Kaleidoscope, a story in Kaleidoscope, right? About somebody being called Murphy. Like his name is Murphy, right? And everybody was laughing at him. What kind of name is that? And then they call him Murphy, whatever, right? And I thought, oh, that's a brilliant story.
Mm-hmm.
I read the story. I go online, on X, I think, and there's a chick talking about exactly that. I'm like, no way, come on, what are the chances?
Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe I was just accessing ideas from somewhere else.
There's a story I wrote in my book. The first story in the book, like the first story in terms of when I wrote it, the oldest story in my book. I met the character that I wrote about in real life.
Now namjua.
No, I wrote a short story from my mind.
Yeah.
And I met.
And then you're walking around, you meet that exact person.
I met that person 4 years later. And how I actually knew it was that person, I asked them, where were you on April 2016?
Are you kidding me? We're down to details now.
Because it's when I wrote the story. They told me I was living in Ngong with my mom.
Where were you when you were writing the story?
I was working in Ngong.
Again.
Then I asked,
who knows?
I asked her, what was going on in your life significant at this time? She told me the only thing was that I wanted to commit suicide.
Oh.
The character in that story is later on, because I wrote another story later. That character was suicidal. Yeah. So a year later, I wrote the second story about the same character. So I asked her, where were you in September 2017? Like, what was happening? She told me that I was suicidal again, but I started going to therapy. In my story, I initially wrote an ending where
she killed herself.
Yes.
Yeah, because I know your work. Yes.
My work?
I know your work. You tend to lean towards the darker endings.
Really?
Yes.
Have you read my story?
I've read many of your stories. I've read the surreal one, and
it doesn't have a dark ending. Surreal Journey of Discovery.
It has dark ending.
My story, Surreal Journey of Discovery, or the book?
The book.
The book is a collection of short
Yes,
stories.
I know.
They have dark endings.
They have dark endings.
Which other one have you read?
Okay, the one where the main character is based in Canada. That was good.
Germany.
Was it in Germany where he came back after that session with the
Yes,
therapist?
with the therapist, yeah.
That was good. And I thought, you know what, this is so unlike Eric.
No,
hold on to this one.
It's actually the prequel to a story in Surreal Journey of Discovery.
Oh.
Remember the story which starts that I hated my grandmother with a passion?
Mm-hmm.
Remember that story? It's called Unspoken.
Mm-hmm.
So he comes back for the funeral in that story. So the one in Canada.
I did not connect there.
Yeah, the one with that character in Germany.
Mm-hmm.
It's a story about why he hated his grandmother. Like, it's a story of him actually coming to terms with who she was and their relationship, and then realizing that if he is lonely, she is lonely too.
Yeah.
You know, my stories are not dark.
Eric.
I feel my view is that my stories are romantic.
Yeah, somebody was dating a ghost. I don't see how that is romantic. And how they discover they actually are dating a ghost is like the most horror of all horrors. Come on.
Yeah, so anyway, that September, that's what she was doing, right? And that's what I was doing. I was writing that story. And in the story I write, she initially commits suicide. But that was after the evening, because it's set in an evening. And then later I write like after the evening, later on, you know, they became friends. Like, I write about her, you know, she later kills herself and so on. So what I later did was I came and cut out those parts and just left how the evening ended. So then I was like, you know, she wanted to kill herself, then she didn't. She'd kill herself in the story, and then I removed the killing. So anyway, what I concluded is that day when I wrote the first story, I was in Ngong, she was in Ngong, she was trying to die. What I think is that it was a day when Kenya Power stima ilikuwa imehepa. It was a time when I had read Haruki Murakami, Norwegian Wood, and you know, he writes these kinds of surreal stories. It was a time when there were these elements that were in my subconscious mind, right? And then stima ikahepa, so I'm in the office, and I had been toying around with a conversation of two characters in a bar. So I would just write something like a conversation. So I had been doing that for a while. So then I decided to do that. So I took a pen. It was actually an exercise book. I took a pen and started writing the scene. And then I brought in the character, and then I started writing. And then I was still just not sure what I'm doing. But then there's a part where this character says, my favorite color was purple. And my parents used to dress me in purple. Actually, this chick, she showed me a screenshot where she asked her mom, what clothes color she used to dress her in when she was a kid. And the mom said purple. Like, there were actually things in the story that she knew from her life, yeah? And it was so freaky, it was so crazy. So my theory is that as a writer, there's a time when you're looking for a story and your antenna is out. Because I believe we get ideas not from ourselves, but from outside. The same way you get the dream, not from yourself, the dream of the future, but from out there. And it drops in. So I think I was, especially when I wrote many of those stories, maybe it shows I was pretty spiritually open.
Yeah.
And anybody could drop in.
Yeah.
Or anything could drop in.
Could drop in.
So this dropped in, like her, she wants to commit suicide, which means she's also highly attuned, sending signals out into the universe.
You know, when you're trying to, my goodness, I can just imagine what that is like. You're screaming for help.
Yeah.
Somebody has to hear that.
So I guess I had it and wrote the story. Yet the story is not about suicide.
No.
You've read the story, the Mona story. That's Mona, actually, the character I'm talking about.
Okay,
I met Mona in real life.
So when we say
4 years
fiction
later.
writers,
Yeah. So for me, I've had a number of such experiences, which makes me, even when it comes to my stories, I no longer look at them as stories anymore. I look at them as truth. It could be my truth or somebody's truth. And when you were talking about your experience, I was like, with your readers and stuff, I was like, we are similar. Yeah. I don't get the dreams like you, but
maybe we just there's a part of us that is just open.
Yeah.
That just catches these things.
And I remember somebody who read my book and they told me like, it's like it also opened the portal for them creatively.
Wow.
Yeah, I've seen people tell me that, like somebody else.
There's a reason why they say to be a good writer, you need to be a reader.
Yeah.
The more you read, the more you can write.
Yeah.
So, probably.
Yeah. So, so I think that's also why even I think it made me also those experiences. It made me also, too precious about what a story can be. It's like sometimes I've been writing stories and I'm like, these are just good stories.
Yeah.
But I don't feel they are stories like those stories. Like I don't feel they have something from the beyond.
The beyond. See, when you start taking those things too seriously, then it can mess you up.
It can,
yeah. Again, just let it be.
Yeah. So
just leave it alone.
So what I believe with writing now is you just have to kind of be disciplined. So I try to create you create certain habits. So for instance, read a lot. So you have a disciplined reading habit. Then you have a disciplined journaling habit. Writing down notes. If there's things that are happening in your life, you write them down. You dramatize them, in small things you're writing. You never know when the story will come. Because it's what I was doing when I wrote that story. I wasn't trying to write a story. It just came.
Just came to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then after that, it kind of opened a portal for more stories.
For more stories to flow through.
Because later on that year, I wrote the story with the one you talked about, dating a ghost.
Oh, that was horrifying.
Actually, the one with dating a ghost was a story from I had it on the radio.
Yeah. It's not a story that I had not heard before, but it's the words you put in it.
But I give it another dimension. When I wrote that story, I was thinking of this girl I saw in I think I put 2014. I don't know what year I wrote for the grave, but I think it was in 2014. I saw this girl. Actually, it was supposed to be 2015. But I wrote 2014. But it was 2015. I saw pale at Langata Barracks. Just there kwa hiyo stage iko hapo. I was in a bus going to Rongai. And then there was a bus ilikuwa imesimama hapo. People were outside. The bus was empty. So we walk out. You know how curious Kenyans are. Our bus stops. And we also get out to see what's happening, right?
Yeah.
So nasikia, amegonga msichana na dereva amepotea. So I'm like, where is the girl? And then I see people are looking under the bus. So I also look under the bus. And the body, the carcass, the corpse of the girl, and some white stuff where her head is.
That's the brains.
Yes.
GVs.
So I remember it really traumatized me for a while.
I can imagine.
Because it meant that the wheels had rolled over her head and crushed her head. So when I wrote this story, this was 2 years later. And in my mind, the girl in this story is the girl.
As the girl under the wheels.
Yes, but of course it doesn't say in the nini. It doesn't say in the story, but it's in my mind. It's what I think. It's what makes it
Or
real.
did you imagine that she was still walking the out?
I don't know. Like,
Why? Do you feel like she's not settled where she is? Ama naona msumbua na hiyo mawazo yako.
You see, for me, once I wrote the story, your story ilinitoka. Your story ilinitoka. Yeah. But you see, sometimes when it comes to stories, like something is disturbing you, then you put it in a story na kutoka. I don't know sasa kama inaenda kusumbua readers. But I think if you write it well, it becomes like a trigger for readers to also deal with their own stuff. Because there's somebody who, the story I wrote about the guy whose girlfriend had died, let me go. You're laughing because of that story was kind of weird. But there's somebody who read that story and they related with it so much because they've been through grief. They've been through grief, yeah. So they really, that's the thing with stories. Some people will think it's a crazy story. Others will be like, this story is so deep.
There's a reason why you feel the need to write certain stories, no matter how weird they look. There is a reason why.
Because now I look at those stories and I'm like, I wouldn't write that story today.
Oh, maybe you'll come up with something even crazier.
Maybe, but I was actually thinking about it the other day. I was like, how did I come up with such crazy stories? Like, how? I don't know.
So when you tell me to teach you how to be creative, it becomes very, just be attuned, just be present. What can I tell you?
Yeah, right? It can't be taught.
It cannot be taught.
I think the only thing you can be taught is the discipline of showing up.
Showing up. Maybe I'll teach you how to construct a sentence.
Yeah.
But I cannot tell you how to be creative. That's something out there.
That's the genius.
That's the genius. That's the God in it. It has nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we are not psychopaths. We're just
tools.
We're just tools.
Tools for the universe.
But
actually,
listen,
right? We are pens that the universe uses us to write. That's from my last story.
Oh, cool. There are people who've been known to go mad immediately they are done with George Orwell, right?
Oh, he went mad.
He went mad?
Really? I didn't know he went mad.
Yeah.
It was pretty, that guy was pretty...
After 1984. That's the last story he wrote.
Oh, I didn't know.
Why is it so relevant up to today? Because it was heavy to write. He had to go to places that I actually hope never to go to get that story.
Yeah.
So, well, maybe we are pastors in our own way.
There's this story there's this book by Goethe. Goethe. The one who is named Goethe Institute, I think is named after him.
Okay.
Johannes Goethe. Anyway, he writes this story called, I think, Faust. Faust. It's about a doctor called Dr. Faustus, who has a bargain with the devil. And I don't remember what the bargain was. So he's being given something, and in exchange, the devil will take something from him, right?
It's always the soul.
Your soul, yeah?
Yeah.
I think that's where that whole idea of the devil doing deals came from. I think it's from that story. So there is probably that kind of thing when it comes to being an artist. I always wonder, why is it that, do we get our stories from the devil or from God?
Who is the devil and who is God?
Like, do we get it from the dark side or from the good side?
Again, who is the devil and who is God?
You tell me. Maybe you've thought of this deeper than me.
Well, the Bible will tell you God uses made evil for the day of evil. Maybe the shadow side of God is the devil. I do not know. Could be the flip side. Again, also things I stopped thinking about too much. So, and this is the other thing I also found when I was seeking whatever I was, because I can't even put a word to what I was seeking for, right? And again, I'm attuned to things. Once you go to the other side, whether you're fasting or whatever, you can access anything. There isn't like this is a segment for good godly things and this is the dark side. Like, kind of all in there. So that's why I think people want again is trying those things without guidance.
Which things?
Like the spiritual things.
Like even going to church and pray?
No. Those are simple things.
Oh, you mean like
those seeking, unlocking consciousnesses and things.
Like witchcraft,
right?
tarots and shit.
Right.
What about from the Christianity side? Do you have some dangerous spiritual practices?
I think it's
Speaking in tongues.
It's quite mellow.
You know, those guys speaking tongues, they lose themselves. You know,
Do they though?
They don't?
I don't know.
Because somebody is on the ground shaking, you know, where are they at that point?
I do not know.
And when they speak, who is speaking?
I have no idea.
So you don't think they also go there?
They probably do. That's what I'm saying. You can access everything.
But the Catholic Church and the mainstream churches are pretty mellow.
Yeah. They kind of shun those things. They don't like associating with them.
Does that make the Catholic Church like these mainstream churches unspiritual, considering they're just rituals?
Yeah, they're very ritualistic.
So it's like, is it even a true spirituality if it doesn't have that strange stuff?
I don't think many people going to church are looking for.
But that's what you were looking for.
I was, and that's why I left the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
But do you know how many members are in the Catholic Church?
Yeah.
Billions, right?
But
they're just comfortable.
Did
with
you find what you were looking
rituals.
for eventually?
I found peace, and I think.
Where did you find the peace, actually?
I don't know where I found it.
It's not in the church?
I don't think. No. I found it in me. In being okay.
With who?
With God.
Do you believe in God?
I do, yes. Again.
Like what kind? Like what's your idea of God? Is it like just he created the universe?
That's the thing. I think we make him so small because we cannot really even begin to think of him. And why do we call him him?
Yeah, I was about to ask you.
You see, we do not know anything. We can't even begin to.
You just know that there is something.
There is something. If this is all by chance,
do you pray to it?
Yes. And given that I'm Christian, I don't know whether I'm Christian. I don't know what I am, but I've grown up in a Christian.
You're culturally Christian.
Yes. You pray and you address. Even saying it sounds wrong. You know, it's the guilt of how we've been brought up. Right? So you will address.
Well, I was depersonalizing it.
Yes, I know that's what you do. Yeah, I know that's what you're doing. But when you say it sounds wrong, right?
It has to be him. What about her?
When you say,
Betty told me God is a woman. I think.
Who knows? Who knows?
But that's repeating the same mistake as earlier, right?
Exactly.
Like we have to make God like ourselves. So men made God man, and now with feminism we want to make God a woman.
Yes, and I think that's our biggest sin. We want him, she to be so relatable that we just
let's just say God.
Yes, that we cut off bits of God so that we can just be comfortable. Even the story of Moses, right? Moses used to go up and he would pray. And why was he doing that, going up to the mountain? Because initially God would come down and the Israelites start complaining. He's too scary. And I can show you, that was just a drop of him. He didn't come in all his glory down there. So, what was the question?
Philosophically.
Okay, yeah, what was the question?
Like, isn't that what? And he was trying to be deep. What was the question? That is the question.
Okay, what is the question?
What is the question?
What is the question? So I do believe
we are a species in search of a question. I'm trying to be deep.
I do believe there exists a being that is in charge or started. Somebody said that creation was God committing suicide. Like he broke himself into all these small bits, right? So that he can experience life. His man, his soil.
Is that suicide?
Because, right, the universe is on a clock.
So are you saying that he gets to experience
I'm not saying anything.
death?
Yes.
Because the creatures die.
And eventually the universe will die too because it's on a clock apparently.
But God doesn't.
Somebody said it, and I thought that is interesting.
Who said so?
Somebody again.
You're trying to be deep.
I'm not trying to be
Not
deep.
them.
Them, of course, yeah. Everybody's trying to be deep nowadays.
It's like when this guy, I don't know who said that, humans are the universe experiencing itself. Okay, that's deep.
That is deep. Not just human, I think creation itself.
Yeah. No. Humans. Because you see, humans have...
this consciousness
yes,
and things.
like we can observe... Oh, I think it's the universe observing itself, something like that. Not experiencing itself, observing itself.
Because human beings are capable of perceiving more than the rest of creation.
Yeah. So we now observe the universe, but we are of the universe.
We definitely are of the universe.
Yeah.
So whether it's the universe observing itself through us, that's...
But then is the universe not just another way of saying God?
Yeah, we use very many words to say
yeah.
The one in charge of all this.
Yeah. Do you think you can ever be an atheist?
No. I've experienced God too much to ever think that.
You've experienced God?
Yes. And those dreams were me experiencing God.
That's what convinced you that there is a God?
That and so many things in small ways, right? Seen too much, lived a life with too much grace, which is also something that makes me wonder, right? Even at myself, when I sit back to thank God for the good He's done me. And at the same time, somebody else is suffering some horrific circumstance somewhere else. Maybe a child is starving or whatever. Does that make me special in any way? What is it? It gets me sad, I think, when I'm giving thanks for something nice that has happened to me. And I know for a fact I've not experienced half the horror that is out there. And it's been experienced by other people just like me, right? I really wondered that. Because should something happen to me, I will still look up to the same God and ask Him why. But I'm not here asking Him why there are kids starving somewhere. There's a baby dying of cancer somewhere, you know. Bad things are happening every day, every minute of every day. So I don't know. I really don't. So, is God good? He's good to me.
All
What
the
does that
time.
make me? Person who likes God when he's being good to me? I don't know.
What do you think? Do you think religion is more attractive to women than to men?
Why is religion more
Do
attractive?
you think it is more attractive? Like it attracts women more than it attracts men? Religion.
I think the bodies in churches will tell you that is true.
But we don't see that in Islam, yeah? Islam seems more like a man's religion.
Yeah, it's more male affirming, isn't it?
So it's not religion itself that is male affirming, it's Christianity. No, I mean it's not religion itself that is attracting women, it is Christianity that
Yes.
attracts women.
Yes, I think so.
Why do you think so? It does. What is it about Christianity? You know, your book could have been men and their pastors, and then it would be like, really? Doesn't even make sense.
You see?
Huh?
I think maybe it's the person of Jesus. Again, Jesus is a bizarre.
They say Jesus was a feminist.
He was like I think the first ever recorded feminist, isn't it?
You know, I saw somebody say that, I think it's a feminist. I think she was like, she likes how when Jesus said that he advised men to gouge out their eyes if they look at a woman adultery. Like if they even entertain the thought of cheating with another woman, they better gouge out their eyes. So it's like Jesus said that, and they were saying that this is so different from how it is where I guess women are told, you know, dress better. So it's like he didn't say dress better. He told the man, you know, watch your eyes, man. Watch your eyes. It's not how she's dressed. It's you looking.
It's what is in your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe.
Because we would all love to have a man like Jesus.
But none of his apostles were women. What do you think that is?
An even better question is, why aren't they in record as being there? Because I don't think none of them.
Women?
Yeah.
They are in record.
Are they?
Yeah, there's a verse which records them as being the ones who are funding his ministry.
Yeah, funding, but not doing the
like
real apostle.
It says they used to go around with him, and they also used to fund the ministry.
Right. But the guys who spread the gospel and whatever, the record.
They were the women. No, they were the men.
Are we sure though?
That's how it's recorded.
Yeah, that's how it's recorded. But are we sure? Women have been whitewashed out of history since time immemorial. Who's to say that they want to die in the Bible too?
What do you think?
I don't know. I don't think it is factual.
What do you think of Paul? Paul says that women should not teach in the church.
Paul.
He says that women should not teach men in church.
But is that
But at the same time, in some of his letters, he talks about women that he's working with, like Phoebe and others.
Yeah, they are good for washing his clothes.
No. He's talking about like in the ministry.
Oh, he's working with them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or even remember Aquilas and Priscilla were also his friends in ministry. It was a couple.
Were they the people who gave up their wealth?
No. That was Ananias and Sapphira.
Oh, the ones who were put to death because they did not give all of
I think Sapphira, was it both? Yeah, I think so, yeah. I don't remember.
Yeah. I don't know. Again, I wasn't there, but...
So some people say that some verses maybe were put later. A verse like that one. They were put later. Because it's kind of inconsistent, I don't know. Or some people suggest that Paul was, Paul was coming from the Rome, he was a Roman. So he infiltrated the church and transformed it. There's that theory. There's somebody else who did a video saying that Paul was a very expensive character in the New Testament. And I agree.
What do you mean?
He's expensive in the sense of when Paul comes in, he becomes the one who translates Jesus. Yet he never met Jesus. So now we have these beautiful Gospels which show us Jesus. And then we have 14 letters of Paul, which translate everything. Like they bring in doctrines of grace, all these doctrines that were not there from Jesus.
When you read the Bible and you read in the Gospels, right? The New Testament, you read the Gospels according to the people who knew him, right? And then Paul comes in. The tone changes.
Yeah.
Everything changes.
Yeah. Like Jesus is all about. Jesus is all about mercy. So it's like Paul takes us back to the Old Testament.
Yep.
So Jesus is so like there is a philosophy there that is very different from Paul, because when Paul is very eager to condemn and to say, I've done this and this. I am the best among the apostles. He says that. Even. But when you read Jesus, there's all these things where you expect him to behave this way because of morality, but he behaves the opposite. So you think he's going to condemn the woman who was caught, I don't know if she was a prostitute or she was just caught in adultery. They wanted him to condemn her. And then he says,
throw a stone.
He who has no sin among you, cast the first stone. And he's not just saying any sin, he's saying that particular sin.
One.
I think so. And they all left. None of them threw a stone at her.
Yeah.
I don't see Paul doing that.
No. Paul is a different personality altogether. He brings something into the church that wasn't there. He's very hard. I used to think it's because he'd suffered, but Jesus, the other disciple, did suffer a lot. But they never got that rough with the people. I don't know why he gets like that.
And Peter, in the one of the letters of Peter, Saint Peter, he says that there are things that are very hard to understand in Paul. He says that, like, if you read those letters, these guys were throwing small jabs at each other. So he says there are things that are hard to understand in Paul, but then
even Peter, with all the grace that he was walking under, could not understand Paul. How was I supposed to understand him?
Yeah, there are things you read and it's like too philosophical. You're like, okay, sure, but what does it mean?
And why is it important?
We were talking about women in the church. Women in ministry. Women were the first to see Jesus resurrected. You know that?
Yeah.
That's supposed to be significant. Shepherds were the first to have news of him being born. And women were the first to see him, to have news of him being resurrected, like he's resurrected.
Oh yeah, they met the angel. They did not meet Jesus. They did not meet
they didn't meet him?
No, it's the angel who told him, why are you looking for him who's no longer...
But I think Mary saw him, yeah?
There.
Mary Magdalene met Jesus.
In the tomb?
Yes, but at first she didn't recognize him.
Okay.
And then she did recognize him. So women were the first to be given the message, and Mary, a woman, was the first one to see him. Mary Magdalene.
Okay. Again, the person of Jesus is very interesting to us. Women love feeling safe, and Jesus makes us feel safe. I would understand people following Jesus, women following Jesus. So probably that's why we are so many on those seats, because we are still looking for him. He was a very safe person to be around, I feel. He will tell you you're full of bullshit and whatever. He will not sugarcoat anything. But he did not make you feel rubbish. Though there's this time he asked somebody why he would give his children's food to a dog or something. That was harsh. I was like, okay. But generally he felt safe.
Are you still looking for him?
I'm not looking for anybody. I'm just okay knowing life is.
Do you still believe in Jesus?
Is God? Because which other way are you
You told me, you say that he's safe. This is what women, relate with. Are you one of them now?
I really do relate with the person of Jesus that I find in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
He's wholesome. He's a great guy.
Do you think he was man or God?
That's the question. I don't know. I have not brought myself to a place where I can believe him to be God.
Did you once believe that he was God?
I don't think I ever believed. I just...
When you were active in church?
I struggled with it. I really wanted to believe he's God, but I never got to the point where I believed.
What do you think of this verse which says, in the beginning there was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God?
Yeah, man, I repeated that to myself so many times.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to believe. I never did.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually sad. I do not say this chest. No.
You want to believe?
I really... Now I don't. Now I'm just fine. He could be God. He could not be God. I'm fine. Right? But back then I really wanted... Because again, the Jesus you find in the Bible, there's no greater person. There's really no greater person. If that is God, with all that softness and grace and all that, that would be lovely.
Have you watched The Chosen?
No.
That series. It's a very good series.
Yeah.
It makes you feel what you're saying. It's a series. It's about the story of Jesus. But it's not about him. It's about the disciples. That's why it's called The Chosen. So it's looking at the lives of these disciples when he calls them. So we see the lives that they were living. So we see what he called them from, what lives they were living.
Okay, the fishermen and stuff. Yeah.
So for instance, Peter was this guy whose luck was running out. He was this guy he was a sharp boy, sort of. So he had made some deals with the Romans.
The Rock.
He made a deal with the Romans to snitch on his fellow fishermen. Because you see, they were fishing. Fishing was supposed to be sort of illegal or something. So they were fishing at night or something.
Okay.
In the movie, in the series.
Okay.
So
they've done if we spoke thingy with the series. They've given the background out.
Sort of. So there's a background for each of these characters. Then there is Matthew. They actually make Matthew they make him neurodivergent.
Interesting.
Which then adds up because he's so good at math. He's so literal. So this character is so literal, but now he has to struggle with Jesus.
And his parables.
Yes. Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and then Matthew becomes the writer. He was the writer. He used to write Jesus' speeches. He was the one who used to write, he would record, like he was recording, because he later writes the gospel. And then there was John. John had this thing of wanting to be the favorite. So he and who used to fight for that, like, oh, I'm the one, so there are all these characters, and it's very interesting. And then there is Jesus there, and the guy who acts Jesus, who plays Jesus, is very good. So when you watch it, it gives you that feeling of how it was, even when there's, and then they do it like it's so far. I think it's like 5 seasons. So in each season there is. The first season was about calling the disciples. The second season, there was what, and then they sort of come up with storylines that make sense. For instance, Thomas was called because he was the guy who brewed the wine or sold the wine at Cana in Galilee.
Okay.
Yes, so he saw that miracle.
Okay.
Of the wine.
So that was
and the wine ilikuwa hiyo wine yenye walikuwa wameleta sijui ilikuwa imeharibika or something.
Mbaya ni ilikuwa yake.
Ilikuwa yake. So now they were like, God, the wedding,
it's done for.
And we don't have wine. And then Jesus did the miracle.
Yeah.
And Thomas was there with his partner, who would later be his, they had feelings for each other. So they wanted to be betrothed and everything. So there's a whole story for each of these characters. Not all of them. Some of them hawajakuwa covered vizuri. It's 12 people.
Let's
but they are the main ones.
The main ones.
There's also Mary Magdalene and her story. And she had a demon or something, demon possessed. He saved her. Okay. And then there is a Pharisee. So there's a whole story there. It's very interesting.
Okay, Chosen.
The Chosen.
I'll look it up. Yeah.
There's a lot of like Christian content these days being made. There's The Office. The Office. The comedy, The Office.
The UK one or the US one?
Both, the US one.
Oh yeah, like the same style of
yes.
filming.
So they did, there's a show called Promised Land that is on YouTube, The Promised Land. And it is the story of Moses and the Israelites after they leave Egypt and go into the desert. So they are in the desert. So it's that story, but told the Office style. So they are talking. There's a documentary, like there's people following them with a camera, and they are talking to the camera.
Yeah.
So that was interesting.
I think I saw clips of that.
And it's so funny.
Yeah, in this one clip, I think one of the Egyptians made it to the other side of the sea.
His name is the most popular character. His name is Chisisi.
So yes, I do know what you're talking about.
So I think the guy who made that one was like the assistant director on The Chosen. So it's still the same ecosystem, because even the guy who plays Moses, I think is a Pharisee on The Chosen. Like there are different characters who are on The Chosen who are in this other show.
Okay.
So I've been seeing more of that. There's another one called House of David, which is on Amazon Prime. I saw the first season. It was okay. Not as good as The Chosen, but it was okay.
Okay.
It's about David and Goliath. So the first season is about David and Goliath. The second season sequel.
A young David.
Yeah.
We were talking about the House of David has a long way to go.
I wonder.
Yeah. Okay.
People say we are in the end times right now.
Almost everybody has ever lived.
Since COVID.
Yeah, everybody who's ever lived has thought they're living in the end time.
No, so we are living in the end. Peter Thiel, one of the most evil people in the world.
Yeah, the guy who's funding.
This guy has been doing talks about the Antichrist.
Okay.
I think
the gay guy.
Yes, I think he was even trying to go to. I think he went to the Vatican, or he was going to the Vatican, and give a talk about the Antichrist.
And who's supposed to be the Antichrist? I thought he was it, because people think he is.
I think I think he's supposed to be a Catholic, but then it's so weird. I don't understand if he's talking about preparing for the Antichrist. So he's giving talks about the Antichrist. I don't know if it means preparing for him as in the embrace him, or he's a bad guy. So when you see that happening with the elites, it's like they are preparing for some end situation. And then you look at, since COVID, it's like the world entered a new sphere. A lot of people started becoming more spiritual from 2020. Yes, some towards the church, but many towards like, you know, African spirituality, some of them towards, you know, tarot cards, astrology, things like that. So it's like a lot of people started,
Yes,
remember people started doing portals, opening portals, using LSD. All this energy is being released into the world, right? Spiritually, right? So, which means the world is becoming more and more spiritual, right? And you remember what we were saying earlier about being attuned, right? So if the air is now more full of these, what do you think that does?
All this activity, we're opening portals and stuff.
Yeah.
I again, I do not know anything, man. I just decided to not know anything.
Are you afraid of dabbling in things and doing something you don't know what you're doing? Because I know people who effed around and found out.
I bet.
Dabbling in spirituality.
I just told you that when you open those spaces, there isn't like paths where if you're looking to go to the good spirits and whatever, this is the path to take. If you're looking to talk to the devil and his minions, it's not like that.
Yeah.
So it's so easy for you to really do F around and find.
That's actually also my attitude towards spirituality. I'm like, I really don't want to, even if it's church stuff, I really don't want this stuff.
Man, I did it.
Speaking in tongues, I don't want any of that.
I did it and yeah.
You spoke in tongues?
Yes, I was trying everything.
Like, how does that happen? I've never really understood it. Like, do you do it consciously? Something comes out into you and you start speaking a language you don't understand. Did you know what you were saying?
Yeah, sometimes I felt like I understood what I was saying. Sometimes
did you feel like you're possessed? Because somebody does look kind of possessed.
Somebody does look, okay? Yeah. Well, there's a lot of dramatization with some of these people.
But you know you're talking about yourself. So you can't dramatize when it's you.
No.
To yourself.
No, like sometimes you watch people.
Oh, you're trying to fit in?
It looks like they're doing a bit, right? It's copy paste. I've seen it done like this, so this is how I'm supposed to do it. Even the Bible says it's many languages, and we seem to have like 2 words for our tongues. So I don't know.
Yeah, because I think the tongues in the Bible are actually actual languages.
Exactly. Actual languages, but with either were dead or were spoken somewhere.
Like they say that there are people who are walking by and they had the apostle speaking in their language.
In their language.
Foreigners.
And they translated for the rest of the... Right, but we seem to only have Shabbat or whatever we say. 2 words. That can't be it. If that's all we have,
but it can't be like, it can't be a scam at that level because it's too many people doing the same thing. It's like, we would know if it wasn't true. And you say you used to do it, right?
Yeah.
So were you pretending?
I was not, but again, I do not know whether what I was doing was ramblings or actual tongues.
Like, were you making yourself say them? Or they just came?
They just came.
If they just came, then they must be genuine, right?
They must be. Well, like something I know for a fact I did not force.
Like the voice just came from inside you.
Yeah.
Because I noticed even your voice changes, the intonation.
There's levels to prayer, and there's a point you can get when you pray and you feel your words are not sufficient. And like you need somebody else to do the intercession for you. I think that's where the tongues come in.
Somebody else.
Somebody else.
Who is that somebody?
I don't know. It could be an angel, it could be a spirit, it could be... Again, what are you doubling in?
That sounds scary.
Scary stuff.
But you were not scared of it?
No, I was not.
Are you scared now of it?
No, I'm not. Just decided I don't know what it is. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I do not think it was very safe.
Do you want to read
Do I want
a
to
verse
read?
from your Bible?
A verse from my Bible.
The Bible of Wambui Kieya. The book of women and their pastors.
A book of women and their pastors. The book that's not supposed to bash women.
Mm-hmm.
I hope they get that. And then there are men who read it because they think they'll find something that will point fingers at the women.
Really? There are men who read for that reason?
Oh, yeah.
To prove their biases?
Yes.
Interesting.
Very interesting. I'm sure if that's
They've told you that?
Yes, wacha tuone ni nini hao mama wanafanya kwa kanisa. But if that is what they are looking for, they will find it.
Yeah.
They will find it. But that's not the reason I...
So you have something for everyone?
But it seems like it. Father died on a Tuesday afternoon. He died with the sun blazing over his head and hitting the tarmac such that his blood dried immediately he touched it. He died as his children sat in classrooms less than a kilometer away. He died with Tabu. Well, Tabu sat in a matatu on her way home from a job interview. He died with half a kilo of meat in his jacket pocket and a liter of alcohol in his bloodstream. Mother said that he died on the road like a dog. She said it, screaming, half out of her mind with grief.
Sounds dark.
Yeah. That was a dark time.
Yeah. So thank you so much for,
thank you for having me.
Coming to the show today.
You're very welcome.
So that was Wambui Kieya, everybody. Yet another episode of Conversations in Literature. And don't forget to subscribe to our new channel. This is a new channel. If you are not yet aware, our old channel is no longer in existence. Roaring Simba Network, this is the new channel. Subscribe, please share this video with your friends and watch all our videos. Until next time.